What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 2nd Street. Today we're going to be talking about Thor's story arc in Avengers Endgame, and I've seen many different reactions, everything from people being disappointed to him being used as comic relief, to people saying, yes, finally a hero I can cosplay as. So I reached out to my viewers here on the channel and even followers on Twitter and asked for their input.
We're going off the rails here. This is me calling out 2nd Street Marvel.
But no matter what way you feel, we're going to talk about it today. And that's coming right up. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. I am your host Trinity, and today we are going to be talking about Thor's story arc in Avengers Endgame. But before I get into that, make sure you stay to the end where I will flap my gums about a giveaway that I will be doing very soon. So make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell, and all that good stuff. Now there's a lot that we could cover when it comes to Thor's story arc throughout the MCU, but today we're going to be talking specifically about Avengers Endgame. But I am going to give you a brief history of what our hero has been through, as he has been through quite a lot in his journey over the past 11 years. So when we first meet our hero, he is cast out of Asgard and stripped of his power by his father Odin for starting a war with Laufey, king of the Frost Giants, who just happens to be his brother Loki's father. So anyway, he finds himself on Midgard, falls in love with a mortal, proves himself worthy, and goes on to fight his brother Loki, and eventually kills him in the end. Well, he doesn't necessarily kill him. So he's sad because he thinks he killed his brother. The next thing you know, his brother's alive and attacking New York. He has to go and stop him. He takes him back to Asgard as a prisoner of war. Loki gets in a fight with Odin. Odin falls into the Odin sleep. The Dark Elves attack. Thor has to protect Asgard and Midgard from the Dark Elves. His mother dies. He believes Loki to be dead, who gave his life for a noble cause finally, but then, he's not really dead once again. So then we see him in Avengers Age of Ultron. His best friend tells him that he's Thor the Destroyer and he's going to bring Ragnarok upon Asgard. So then we see him in Thor Ragnarok, where he loses his father, he loses his hammer, finds out he has a sister who he has to see to her demise. He loses the realm eternal. Then we see that he loses his best friend, he loses his brother, he loses half of his people. Then he has a chance to stop Thanos and he fails miserably. He loses 50% more of his people, loses more of his family, loses more of his friends, and he is a man hell-bent on revenge. And that's where we meet him in Avengers Endgame, a man hell-bent on revenge. And he seeks it out and he gets it, and it absolutely crushes him. 5 years later, we see him. He looks like melted ice cream. He is a man who is sad and depressed. Thor thought that getting revenge would be the answer. He thought it would make him the proud king who brought justice for his slain people. But alas, it was not.
Your father once told me.
Wise king never seeks out war,
but must always be ready for it.
Yo, 2nd Street Marvel, what's going on? This is Ryan from Nerdy Blurb TV talking about my boy Thor. Today, you guys, everybody's just needs to chillax when it comes to my boy. Thor, not only did he go through the most trying time of his entire life within a span of just weeks, days, not to mention 5 years after losing everyone in his life. Give the man some credit. He did way better than I feel like a lot of us would have, and I thought they did a great job with Thor. Did I think that it was the greatest in the entire world? No. I thought it was a little hokey. I thought it was a little driven by comedy more than character depth. They could have done it in so many other ways. I think that they did a great job with the PTSD with Tony Stark in Iron Man 3. I thought that was great, and I feel like they could have done that. Would I have changed it? No, because these people know Thor better than I do. Freaking Endgame was a love letter to the fans. Of course they're not going to steer them wrong. If you feel that way, I'm sorry that you do, but these are the people who are writing it. These are the people who not only call the shots, but they know what the character should be going through. And I thought it was great because it also settled the tone by saying that this isn't the end of Thor. If they wanted to be a lot more somber, then I would leave the movie theater thinking, maybe they're not going to be doing any more Thor movies, which would suck. I mean, we want more Thor, right? I want more Thor. The thing about it is that with Thor being fat and lazy and depressed and everything, we know that we're not going to see him end that way. If we do, then I'd have a problem with it. Big time, Russos. But the thing is that I think that it's more of a surety than anything else. I think that it's more the Russos saying that there's so much more depth to this character that you don't know about, and we're gonna show it to you, and stick around because there's so much more. I think with the fat Thor, with the depressed Thor, I personally think that he's not gonna be done, y'all. Because one, they wouldn't do Thor that way as a goodbye. I mean, look at Tony. Could you imagine if all of that was ended was, I just want to retire? Maybe some people would be cool with that, but you know that it needed to mean more with Tony. It needed to. And it needs to mean more with Thor because he's one of the Marvel Trinity. Not only that, we're talking about a historical figure here. This is somebody that somebody worships. This is a real religion. I do not practice it, but people, we all get it. Thor is an important character. They did the things that they did for a reason, and I think that's because they want to build the comedy up more to bring him into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think that was a play on words. We all know what happens in the comic books. Those two universes kind of crossing over each other. It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be way cool. I could talk about a lot of stuff about this universe, about nerdy things in general, which is of course what I do at my channel. And this is me calling out Second Street Marvel right now. Bro, you need to come on my channel. We need to have a discussion, debate. We need to talk. Get on it, son. Hit me up.
Now that video submission was sent in by my friend Ryan over at Nerdy Blurb TV. If you haven't been over to his channel, you should definitely go check him out. And I did kind of chop some of that up just to save a little bit of time, and I will release that full video later here on the channel. Now I did also reach out to my followers on Twitter, and I did get some responses from there, and let's get right into those. First off, we got Ken, who says, I dug it. I would have liked to see non-fat Thor by the end of the film just because it was the final time the MCU Trinity would be together, but I still enjoyed it. It made sense for the story, and as another overweight dude who suffers from depression at times, it was relatable. Our friend over at the Weekly Rant says, ooh, nice. It worked for me. I actually was hoping that he didn't just get over the losses he faced quickly. I'm glad that they did have lasting effect, and also that once he Thored up at the end, he didn't just become muscly Thor again. The humor for me came from shock. And then our friend Ryan over at Nerdy Blurb TV responded to him with, his and Hulk's aftermath arc are symbolically contrasted. Some people break and some people heal. Thor, no matter his age, has never lost more than now. I'd do the same in his shoes. Now I wholeheartedly agree it would have been nice to see ripped Thor back, but it was nice to see that the depression had lasting effects, and that he didn't just get all ripped again just basically by snapping his fingers, because that's not how it works in the real world. And it also shows that just because you're fat doesn't mean that you can't do great things. I guess that's what it shows anyway. So our next response comes from Nathan But Game over on Twitter, and Nathan has to say, I absolutely hated it. Way to emasculate two of the most powerful characters. We get Fat Thor and Hulk as Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now that's one of the kind of responses I was looking for as well, because there are people who feel that way, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now I totally get where Nathan is coming from here. He's the strongest Avenger. This man is a king. To see him broken down, I mean, it's hard. And then every time we see him in the film where he's bearing his feelings, people are just laughing. Now I do have to say that people do laugh in times when they are uncomfortable, and it kind of masks their feelings. I mean, laughing, joking, we've seen Thor do that plenty in the past few films, and look at him now. So I totally get that. Now for me it was a little bit different. The way the Russos directed everything leading up to that scene. I mean, the cutscenes, the way the tension was building, the music. I mean, that uncomfortable scene where Steve and Natasha walk into Thanos' house. I mean, I could just tell that it was leading to something something really big and something really dramatic and not so good. The words "I went for the head," the way they just trembled out of his mouth, and then he walked away almost drunkenly. I mean, you could tell that this had immediate effects, and this to me was just filmmaking at its best. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever done something in the heat of passion in your life that you went on to regret, but let me tell you that it is a gut-wrenching feeling. You do feel unworthy. No amount of words is going to make you feel better. It doesn't matter how many people are understanding or anything like that. It just don't matter. So you go out, you indulge, you live it up, drown away your sorrows, and you give in to temptations. And it's a very quick and easy downward spiral, and you can get into some pretty deep and dark places. After you've been down so low, there is actually no better feeling than knowing that you are still a worthy person, that you are still honorable. Because believe me, people make mistakes, and when you make some of the mistakes like I have made, some of the mistakes that Thor's made here, I mean, you know, they are forgivable mistakes, and people will eventually forgive you. I completely relate to exactly what happened to him in this film. I've been in that deep and dark place, and you know, don't even get it wrong, because you can see even throughout the whole film that he was still strong even in those times when he was down. I mean, it was about mental strength, not about his physical strength. Again, let me assure you that when you feel like you are an unworthy person, like you're not worthy of people's love, of people's respect, that you're not honorable, it is a very, very terrible feeling. It's not something that we're supposed to be getting out of these movies. I mean, these aren't supposed to be big movies, big dramas with all these profound messages, but they managed to put it all in there. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, look at all the layers that they put in there. I mean, it shows perseverance, it shows overcoming obstacles. I mean, this man is a king. He's supposed to be greater than all the mortals. I mean, this dude is the protector of the 9 realms, and to show that this great king was brought down by mental anguish. I mean, it's kind of just something out there to let you know that you, as a human being, you know, as strong as we all try to be, that it's okay, man. It's okay to, you know, eventually break down at times. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel depressed. We've all felt this way. And I think that's part of the reason why they put things like that in this movie. Even with the overweight thing. I mean, he didn't just snap his fingers and that's it. Because anybody who's ever felt bad, who's ever been depressed or anything like that, you know that you don't just snap your fingers and that's it. It's not over. It's a journey. You know what I mean? You don't just get all that fat and you don't just take a pill and it just goes away. I'm telling you, everything they did here was absolutely brilliant, and they show it throughout all of these movies. We could go through and we could do character breakdowns on all of these characters and find the same thing. You know, one of the best character studies out there would be Bucky Barnes. I'm telling you, the Winter Soldier, he has one hell of a story, and if that's a story that you want me to do, let me know down in the comments below, because I'm telling you, Bucky Barnes is one hell of a character, and even just the things we've seen him do here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it doesn't seem like we've gotten that much, but he has actually done a lot. So to sum it all up, I just have to say that our boy Odinson has been through a whole hell of a lot in his 1500 years of life. He lost his mom, he lost his dad, he lost his best friend, he lost everybody, he lost everything, pretty much everything, really. I mean, he has, you know, some of his people left over, like 25%, and that's about it. So I mean, the man caved, and you know, I get it. You know, it affected him. It would affect any of us. So everybody just cut him a little bit of slack. Even though, like I said, I do completely understand your discontent with how he was handled in this movie, but again, to me, I think it was just brilliant screenwriting, acting, just all the way around. That's all I have for this video, and before I let you all go, I want to say once again, thank you to everybody who helped make this video possible. Thanks to Ryan over at Nerdy Blurb TV, The Weekly Rant, Nathan But Game over on Twitter. Thank you all so much for your submissions, and please, if you like this video, let me know, what you thought down in the comments below. If you have anything else that I didn't cover about Thor, or anything else I should. If there are other characters that you would like me to do some character study-ons in the future, please let me know. Like I did say, Bucky Barnes would be a pretty cool one. And, otherwise than that, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. Now, as I said, I will be doing a giveaway very soon. As soon as we hit 200 subscribers, I will be giving away a copy of Warner Brothers Aquaman. So, to get entered into that giveaway, you got to make sure you're subscribed and then leave a comment down in the comments below. In this video or any of my videos since I hit 100 subscribers all the way until we hit 200 subscribers, and then we will do the giveaway for that. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. Now, again, make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell so you get notifications anytime we have uploaded new content. And also what that does is it gives you notification anytime I plan a live video. And I do at least one live video a week. Thank you all so much, and make sure you share this video with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day.